Hello and welcome to the Absolute Gamecast. Well, here we are again. Another year has come and gone, and before the end of 2024, I'd like to take a look back at how the channel has grown over the past year. This video will cover relevant information from December 31st, 2023 to now, as well as showing off a couple projects I have in the pipeline for next year. I've started a few projects this year, such as a few new series, new types of content, and more, with one of the biggest undoubtedly being AG Live. Ever since I started this channel, I had been looking forward to being able to stream again someday, but I felt like I couldn't because of a change that came to YouTube a few years ago while my old channel was still active, preventing channels with fewer than 1,000 subscribers from streaming. However, near the start of this year, after a short-lived run on Twitch, I learned while researching that while I was right about the effect of the change, it only applied to mobile users, and since I had always streamed from my PC, it never affected me from the beginning. Afterward, I set up the AG channel for streaming, and the rest is history. Going into 2025, streams will obviously continue, but while I'm satisfied with their current quality, I hope to make some improvements to the production value of my streams so that they can be more entertaining for viewers. As important as streams have been and will continue to be, I also hope to grow the quality of my regular content as well. At the beginning of this year, before my pivot to streaming, I had been producing a lot of discussion videos, and while I felt satisfied with the quality of topics I covered at the time, I began to feel a slip in the writing quality of my scripts for a while as the year went on. However, following my Yoshi's Woolly World discussion, I believe I finally realized what my problem was. During the writing process of that video, I had a far easier and more fun time, due to the perfect combination of my passion for the project and desire to do right by the community I grew out of that series, as well as the feeling of having much more meaningful thoughts to write about. Because of that realization, I've been slowly dialing back the amount of discussions I've produced to ensure that you all know the ones I do upload are of the highest possible writing quality. And while I've seen some slight improvement in the writing quality and topics of my content as of late, next year, I'd like to turn my focus towards pushing the editing and presentation quality of my videos. I've been practicing on Adobe Premiere recently in my free time, and in my opinion, I've already made some decent changes to my editing style. But starting next year, I'll finally try to work up the courage to experiment more and push my editing quality to the next level in the process. I hold my content quality to a fairly high standard because I don't make videos for money. YouTube's not my job. I make this content for the fun of it. So the thing that matters to me most is making sure that the content I make is as enjoyable to everyone involved as possible. If I don't enjoy a project, it's likely you won't either, and the last thing I want to do is disappoint you by releasing a half-baked product. I know it's going to take some work, it might even take a while for anything tangible to come from it, but I think it's time I put in the effort to make some serious improvements. Finally, for this year, I'd like to acknowledge the AG World Discord server, which was started back in July, and while I'm satisfied with where the server is right now, I feel like it's a little too short on content for my liking. Full transparency, I've never run a Discord server like this, and I'm still figuring things out as I go. But despite my lack of experience, in 2025, I'd like to improve the server's content and hopefully grow the community over there as well. I already have a few plans, such as holding optional community events as mentioned when the server first launched. I've also seen that you can embed games into a server channel, so I might try looking into that as well. I apologize if this is the first time you're hearing about the server, since as someone who has been and still is on both sides of the YouTube experience, I know a lot of viewers tend to get annoyed when content creators aggressively plug themselves, so I try not to do that as much. However, I feel like my problem is that I don't advertise enough. However, if you ever want to see my active social links, they're always on my channel About page and in the description of every video and stream I make. I think that about covers everything I have to talk about for this year. While I'm not entirely sure what next year will hold, I do have a few plans in the works. As far as regular videos are concerned, I have a few new series planned, such as challenge videos, new types of discussions, and some gameplay videos. I also want to bring back some returning series like Video Game Graveyard and Steady Decline. And on the streaming end, I'll continue the remaining poll streams I promised to do, which will carry over to early next year. Then after those are finished, there will also be a few newer games as well that I hope to cover over the course of the year. With all that being said, I think that's about all I have to say for this video. Before ending, I'd like to say to anyone who made it this far, thank you. Thank you for watching. Whether this is the first video you've seen from this channel or you've been watching for a while, It's because of your support that I've been able to continue making content like this for the last 2 years, and can continue to do so for the foreseeable future, and I hope you continue to enjoy what I have in store. For the final time this year, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Not gonna force you, do what you want. Thanks for tuning in, and that's the video. See you in 2025.